They had a whole NXT on CW NASCAR with Ethan Page being the face of it. So don't tell me this ain't like headed to the main roster soon. I'll say that. They have Dirty Dominic butt wipe, dude. Toilet paper. They're selling on WWE Shop. How amazing is that?
I got to tell you, I feel a little bit weird about that.
You don't like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great marketing. If I walked into a bathroom and saw that toilet paper, I'd be like, yeah, that's a little weird. I hope it's not the double-sided reversible, you know?
I think that's hilarious that they would go out of their way to make that. So we're probably going to get pulled by Disney or something, but John Cena appeared on The Simpsons. Did y'all see this? He delivers a baby.
I saw this clip.
I don't think I've seen The Simpsons in 25 years.
I haven't watched it like in a long time, but I did check this out. Comic book guy finally has a kid. And Cena delivers it. So pretty funny. Shout out John Cena, the first wrestler since Bret Hart to do so. The NXT car finished second. Holy, did it really? That's amazing, dude.
It's great.
So yeah, Tony's going to invest in one of those himself sooner than later. But yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for the update on that. WWE this week on September 30 filed to trademark yes, just days after they sent Danielson a legal notice. Now I know for sure that around WrestleMania season, when WWE were showing lots of Danielson and Edge footage and stuff like that, AEW contacted WWE. I know this for sure about, oh, you guys stop like using guys that are active on our roster in your packages, and it was basically laughed off. Now, I think because of the Lucha Bros thing, that's why we're seeing Motor City Machine Guns get called up to, because we missed this in the SmackDown review. They played a Motor City Machine Guns package. And so they're going to the main roster right away instead of the Lucha Bros. So they obviously need a high profile tag team who's going to be like, here's our new, like, oh, high profile. Like Chris Connor would be in here like, no, Phil, they're not a star yet. Like they're not high profile, but it's like, no, but they will be, like they are for the marks, and then WWE will make them stars, like, and
two guys combined weigh 312 pounds.
I know, but at the end of the day, they're going to lead the tag team division and just have great matches with everyone. And sort of, dude, I'm telling you, WWE's doing really good work focusing and establishing their tag teams right now. And like, they're really trying to let you know that there are these divisions. And even with the women, I feel like they're really factioning these women up to show you like, no, we have teams and stuff. Motor City, that's why they're going to the main roster instead of NXT right away. And NXT didn't need them anyways, but it would have been smart to have them there. But either way, though, all I'm saying is the Lucha Bros thing caused WWE, it's my belief, to be like, okay, you then we'll take the yes. Because I've chronicled on this show, Danielson never himself, like, yeah, the crowd has said yes before in AEW. Danielson never himself started going yes and in the ring, and he's not doing it now as well. Notice he just like kind of points and then lets the crowd do it the last couple AEWs.
Yeah, but the calendar doesn't work with you. So you're relying on Drainmaker. WWE filed for this trademark 10 days after Bryan withdrew it, which was in July.
Okay, well, all I'm saying is that Danielson was doing this for a while, and I pointed it out myriad times on the show. It was right at like kind of around all that, like they just settled the MLW, and then all the Vince stuff was like really ramped up. Then Danielson started just openly doing the yes. So in my opinion, I just think WWE didn't want smoke, like, oh, we don't want legal whatever. We respect Danielson, like let him say yes or whatever. They just can't print it on shirts. As long as they don't put it on shirts and Titantrons, we're all good. So but then now that they did the Lucha Bros thing, I think that is why. But what are you saying, though? They did this before the Lucha Bros thing, or what?
I'm just saying the time doesn't work. And now, listen, you could have a scheme for this one, too. It could have been when Danielson was saying that he was working without a contract. And so maybe they thought if they had the trademark again, that would lure him back because he could make so much money on merchandise, or maybe they believe in the near future, he might come back, it's at some point. It is their intellectual property. I mean, yeah, he did it, but I mean, well, you know what? I just did an entire show on this on Wrestling Soup. I just talked about it, so I don't need to. I'm not going to spoil it here. Go listen to that show, everyone.
Go listen to Dose's video, or pardon me, it's not video, it's audio only. Sorry, I'm such a YouTuber.
It's under 20 minutes. You put it on double speed, it's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah. And he'll break it down better than anybody. And here's all I'm saying is that I will say this. I think it's corny when wrestlers can't use their name, their music, their catch for all that somewhere else. But it's just the way of the world, folks. I'm sorry. That's capitalism. That's how things work. It is their IP. And, you know, if you want people go, he invented it. No, Diego Sanchez invented the yes chant from the UFC. He just never trademarked it. So if you guys want to break it down, who really invented it, it was Diego Sanchez. Period. Point blank. Period. Danielson's even acknowledged as much. So it's unfortunate, but WWE owned the IP. Just like when Jey Uso went yeet, and then what happened? That no-name wrestler sued him. Stephen Pinu contacted them. Were like, you guys can't do this. Whatever. They worked it out. That guy got paid. I'm sure he's getting paid in the shade off all of Heath stuff. You know, I'm sure, or however they worked it out, he's happy. And now Jay can say yeet. It's just how the world works, man. It's not like that guy was a big bad bully to WWE, you know. So
Robert Downey can't go to an unsponsored event and you know, on another TV show and charge money for it and start saying I am Iron Man.
Ilja Dragunov is out of action for 6 to 9 months with a torn ACL. I think I talked about this a bit on a previous show, but I just want to say that speedy recovery. I think this is good for him, though, in a weird way. Like, he's going to come back better, fresh character. The roster will need him. You know, like, he's just not really even doing anything right now. So he just kind of shows up and loses. So wish him a speedy recovery, though, and that sucks when it happens. Okay, now we're into October news finally. So WWE is reportedly now aware of the lack of representation for black male wrestlers on pay-per-views. And SAP says WWE has been made aware of it. It's a thing that I don't think that like came to mind necessarily. I've never heard anyone say, yes, this was intentional. No, or anything like that. I did hear people saying, well, that's obviously something that will be addressed now. But we'll see how it's addressed. It's more about black male single talent getting featured. It's such a weird thing to go, yo, black singles wrestlers are like, it's such a weird thing to just try and galvanize people over. I don't know what the IWC was doing for that 2 days. I didn't have a chance to bring this up with Alfred, unfortunately, because we got into so much other stuff.
In 4 years, it's going to be the reverse, because you're going to have Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Obafemi, you know, dominating everything. So,
and like what I said on the last show when we did talk about it, like they had to specifically pick in, like they don't say people of color because Damian Priest has done so well, and it's like it's just somebody trying to find something
Samoans,
to be pissed about.
Tongans,
yes, exactly. And they can't be like all black people because Jade and Bianca are on everything.
Exactly.
People were just complaining that they're hosting Bad Blood. They're on the show so much. You know, it's like, come on, man. People just, there's no pleasing people. It's nutso. Live crowd reaction of the ring explosion from Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. So WWE can't pull us down. People are like, oh, the explosion wasn't that good. Look at the building. Fucking arena erupts. This guy's like, oh my God. I don't know. It's just people, you got to understand, watching it at home is different than watching it at the building, too.
Right, and that's like people say, oh, it's happened so much. It hasn't happened that much that if you were in attendance, you wouldn't pop like crazy. Like, that would be awesome to see live.
Okay, guys, so this is the new NXT logo. We're in the Platinum era. We've covered it. You guys like it? We all like it. Yeet. Are we giving it a yeet? Dose, yeet?
Yeet.
Yeet. What about you, Jake? Yeet?
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Not on camera, but I'll even yeet with my hands over here. I like it.
CM Punk pulled up with a Lou Malnati's truck and gave out free pizza to the fans after the NXT show. Like, what a pimp, dude. Andy revealed when he gave all the ice cream away in AEW, it cost him $40,000. So, yeah, they're giving away some Lou Malnati's. Amazing. And yeah, Punk's just killing it. That whole NXT event. Must have been amazing to go there, and I don't know, that whole event was lit. Yeah, so
yeah, but he's a cancer. Remember, he's a cancer. Kick him out of your locker room.
He gives everyone ice cream and treats and brilliant matches and puts his body on the line and Lou Malnati's, but you're all mad because he slapped Jungle Boy or whatever.
And all the stuff with the NXT, every NXT person that talks about those videos where he was coming back from training and training with all of them.
Is FXXX a new character for Finn? No, that's the channel AEW Shockwave is going to be on. Okay. No, Flair shouldn't be there. Why? You don't want any wings, George Capture. So it looks like there's another major WWE documentary coming soon. Jonathan Coachman said that another production company on a major network reached out to me yesterday, and they're doing another documentary on the WWE. What do you guys think it could be about?
Couldn't care less.
I'm a documentary guy.
Me too.
I'll watch it. Right? I mean, I can get sucked into pretty much any good, as long as it's presented well. I'm interested.
WWE hasn't been covered in grueling detail. I mean, maybe the Chris Benoit thing.
WWE just sent out a press release highlighting NXT's ratings success debuting on CW. The release correctly points out NXT's premiere as the #1 telecast on CW in the demo. This is per Brandon Thurston, by the way. Year to date, the previous high market was 0.15. NXT delivered a 0.26, which, like, basic math, I'm going, damn, that must be good for them, but I don't give a shit about any of that. But basically, they were a rating success. 895 compared to AEW Dynamite's 5-year anniversary drew a 680. I think NXT eventually does 1 million or whatever. Like X-Pac predicted years ago, he's like, eventually NXT is going to compete with Raw. Well, now that can't happen because Raw is going to be on Netflix. So, but maybe SmackDown one day. But I don't know if they like routinely go over 1 million, but I think they're not going to lose. Like they'll stay at that 800,000 range, and they'll go over 1 million if it's like, oh, we're doing the Halloween Havoc special and Punk's gonna host it again and whatever. I think I could see them maybe one day, but it's too early to predict that right now. But as of now, the fact they did that first episode, it was against the debate. It was against other playoffs and stuff like
baseball
that.
Games, yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy. And a war, like World War III broke out. So it's crazy that they even did the rating they did. So that's why I'm saying I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say they could do 1 million, like legit. They could it just depends if the stars align for them. But if they just keep doing about 800K and AEW keeps doing 600K, it's game over. We can go back to and talk about the Wednesday Night Wars, and if NXT does that on CW compared to Dynamite more times than when they went head to head previously, even, then there you go. Like, I don't know, it's about to turn up. I know they're not on at the same time anymore.
Well, they are this coming Tuesday, Phil.
I'm going to give a detailed review of both shows too. That way I'm going to actually take notes and compare them head to head instead of just going live on Tuesday or whatever, folks. That's what I'm going to do. So look out for that. The CW thing, I'm just going to say this. If they continue to do 800K even and Dynamite continues to do 600K, that is the biggest L for WBD. That is another, like, the biggest L ever for WBD ever, that they are giving them as much as they are when NXT got 50 million, and look at what they're
not
doing.
Even. I mean, the question is going to be, did Nick Khan screw up on those negotiations?
No, I don't even think that, because just how long is the NXT deal on CW?
3 years, but it will be, because I'm going to raise it every day.
It's 3 years, did you say?
Yeah, it's 3 years. It's a 3-year contract. I think it starts at 18 million, goes up to 25 million, then goes to 36 million. So I think it's like 3 years, an average of 25 million a year.
So this is my whole thing, right? If Nick Khan's done so many good things that if this is one thing that he didn't get the best deal on, I don't think you can even really call it an L. It's like, okay, the rare Tom Brady pick. Has he ever been picked? Like the rare.
I'm not saying fire the guy. I'm just saying, did he rush?
He may have. Yeah, I think
7 days after the merger. Was he feeling pressure? Did he just want to, or did they have let's assume WBD is a bunch of idiots and they have reasons. They think this is going to drive max subscriptions or something. I mean, did WWE say to itself, listen, we'll take less money because we want to diversify the networks. We want to be on a 4th or 5th network, and we want to be on a younger network. So we want to get to that younger audience. We want to get to those tweens again. And CW is geared towards kids, to 11 to 16-year-olds basically.
Yeah, and NXT is and they know the diehards will try and follow it wherever. And exactly, man, the NXT is it's not childish, but the way I explain it is they're on a campus,
Plus,
in this wrestling league, and it's like Wrestling Society X, but good,
with that Y chromosome, the X chromosome roster and teenage boys, they're going to be tuning in.